Greetings, YouTubians, and welcome back to Wayne Sharp World, and welcome to another Monday where it is time for another episode of Wayne Sharp Week, highlighting the knives that will be in my pocket for the next 5 or 6 days. Before I get into it, though, I want to do a shout-out. I'm going to start doing this for all my Wayne Sharp Weeks. I'm going to list my my supporters and sponsors of the channel up here. I've got DLT Trading there, Mojave Outdoor right here, and White Mountain Knives right here. Give these retailers your business, guys. They really help support this channel in a lot of ways. A lot of great people with great products providing great customer service. So I would highly recommend these three to you. You can also use Wayne's World to save 10% at Mojave Outdoor, and Wayne Sharp World to save WSW10 to save 10% at White Mountain Knives. I'll update that with a little code to save for the next episode. But these three retailers right here are great, and I would highly recommend them for any of your knife and EDC purchases. Now, with that being said, let's get right into it. Got some big boys this week. Done with little knives for a while. I want some big boys, and we're going to start off here with the ZT-0850, one that hasn't been in the pocket for quite a while. I've been really hard on the review trail lately, guys. Had a lot of different knives in the pocket, and being that this is just an older knife, I haven't been able to carry it as much as I would like to. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make up for that this week. Just a great design, 20 CV steel, a Sinkovich and Rexford collaboration, and one of the best to ever come out of ZT. Great ergos, excellent blade. There's a lot of things on this knife that's so unique, and it just comes together very, very well. And I think the blade, the overall design of the blade just works so well with the handle design. It just looks, I mean, this could come out like right now. If they were to just drop this right now for the first time, it would still be one of the most attractive knives I've ever seen, because it just has lines that just work. Everything on this knife just works. I do prefer this blacked out version. There was an original version that kind of had some darker blue and gray notes, which was pretty nice, but this black one just really does bring it together. You got kind of the six shooter theme all over the knife, from the thumb stud to the back spacer to the pivot. Very, very cool design, and super, super smooth. I tell you what, for running on washers, of course, for running on washers, this knife is fantastic, and it's done nothing but gotten smoother since I've had it, and really big fan of this. Wish ZT would go back to stuff like this. Have to say it every time I have it, because I do like it that much. Love this pocket clip too. Goes right in and out of the pocket and just feels good. Everything about this knife works, so it will be in the pocket this week. And then next up, I have another one. This is the Hogue K320 Nitron. You guys have seen this a lot on the channel lately. This is the non-coated version from Knife Center. There's still some versions available at Knife Center. Last I checked, they sell quick, so you may want to go see what's available left there. But this is just such a great knife, and I didn't get to carry it enough last week. I only had it in the pocket for a couple days, so I'm gonna carry this one a little more because it needs a little more breaking in, and I just enjoy fidgeting with it that much. Super smooth, and I tell you what, Hogue is probably the most underrated company in the knife industry right now, even though they have gotten a lot more attention over the time span of probably this year. I feel like this year and late last year, they've had somewhat of a coming out party. They've gained a lot of respect within the knife industry and knife community, and they're coming out with designs that are just getting better and better and better. And this is, in my opinion, I don't know, they have some other great ones. The collaboration with Doug Ritter and the Hogue Deca are also fantastic. But this one just really, I don't know, this one just hits me a certain way that I really do love this knife. So the Hogue Sig K320 Nitron. Good gosh, that's going to be in the pocket again this week as well. And its competitor, the Spyderco Shaman. I had to throw this guy back in the pocket because the Shaman is still, I do think that the K320 Nitron is overall a better offering considering materials and price and all that, but there's still no shame in loving a good Shaman because it really is fantastic. And this one, I just swapped out the clip with a Lynch Northwest deep carry clip. And this thing is amazing. Completely changes the ergos of this knife. The clip basically disappears in my hand now. I just feel kind of the back end of it against my hand, and it's a nice smooth feeling. There's no hot spots. There wasn't any hot spots with the original clip, but now it carries deep and it looks better. And I really like how the sand blasted, I believe this is the sand blasted or sand washed version finish of the clip. I like how the darker gray works with certain parts of the carbon fiber up here. It just matches a little better, looks a lot better than kind of the satiny stonewash finish that they have on their original clip. So big fan of that. Really pulled this knife together for me. I already loved it to begin with. Now I just love it a little more. So the Spyderco Shaman should get a day or two in the pocket. I gotta say, the detent on Spydercos, they really are, they're underrated. They're underrated detents because I think you get so caught up with the compression lock, you forget just how good their detents are. They are nice and crisp. Oh, when it locks into place, you know you got it, and you know you have a solid knife in hand. Just a very nice build. Easily one of the best Spydercos ever. Just wish they'd come down in price a little, or find a way to bring them a little down closer to the Paramilitary 2 price. I think the Paramilitary 2 price is rather fair. They gotta just find a way to get it down there. Change the handle a little, do something. I don't know, it's not the end of the world to change something, even though it does work, if you can make it more affordable for the users. So, I don't know, just something to think about, but regardless, do love the Shaman, so it's gonna be in the pocket this week. Next up, we've got this little beauty here. This is the Chavez Radension229, and it is a tank. Just an absolute tank, and a huge flex from Riot. The grind on this blade is absolutely killer. I mean, it's a Tonto done perfectly, in my opinion. And if you look at the grind lines here, where the flat grind starts on the tip, and if you compare the grind line going into the hollow grind on each side, they're pretty darn close, off just a little, but for a hand ground blade, I can't have any real issue with that. That is actually, that's a great example right there. Very close. Just an amazing job and quality from Riot on this blade. Not just the grind, just the complete fit and finish of this knife is really fantastic, but the overall grind on the blade really steals the show. Love this swedge up here. This hollow grind is just a screaming sharp edge, shaving sharp without a doubt, and just an excellent blade. Absolutely excellent blade. I would like to get the drop point version of this at some point as well, because I love this one just so much. But I'd also like to get maybe something with carbon fiber. I'm kind of thinking about whether I want to do some type of custom work to this guy, or maybe get an aftermarket scale for it. Something to kind of add a little lighter weight to it, or take away some of the weight, I guess, would be a better way to word that. But not sure. Regardless, I really like it just the way it is, because the action is just fantastic. Detent is killer. So smooth on the close. Middle finger flicks great. Oh, it really is a joy to carry. And I still and always will love the Chavez pocket clip. Some people don't like it, some people love it. I'm a lover of it. It just looks good. Again, it's something I wouldn't want on all my knives, but to have it on one, it's a winner chicken dinner. And it feels really good in the hand too. It's so wide and rounded. There's no hot spots with it. It just feels great. It almost kind of feels like it is part of the handle, but it just feels like a flat part of the handle. Like you don't necessarily feel a clip. It feels like just a bulge in the handle. Feels really good. So no issue with it there. Feels great in really just about every grip position you can get on this guy. Just a great knife and an absolute tank, the Chaves Redencion229. And lastly, we have one other one. I saved the biggest bruiser for last. That is the Cold Steel AD10, and this is another one. I don't know why I don't carry it more than I do. I think it's just because, it's kind of the nature of the beast with this whole knife review game. Regardless of how much I love a knife, I just can't carry it a lot because I'm constantly having something else in the pocket, seeing what I think about that. But this is a really good one. If you have big hands, if you like thick bruising stocks that come down to a surprisingly screaming sharp edge like this AD10, this is one you want to check out. And it's one of the more affordable options out there for big quality knives. I don't know the exact availability of this guy right now, but based off just my past experience in looking this up, it's usually readily available everywhere and at a really, really reasonable price. I mean, I've seen them go for $135 at some places, but they can also go up to like $185. It really depends where you find it and what the actual sale going on is. If you guys have seen this available somewhere else at reasonable prices, drop that comment down below to help everybody else out for anyone that's looking to pick one of these up. It's been around for a while, and it's still just a fantastic knife. It's one that I would still highly recommend. Love the triad lock. Blade works great. Action's great. Cold Steel is so surprising. They're one of the best companies at putting just a screaming sharp, almost razor's edge on a knife like this. I mean, this does not come down to the thinnest edge, guys. This is not, I'd have to go back and check with the calibers, but I'm probably thinking this is somewhere in the 25 to 28 thousandths, maybe a little less than that. But it's not a super thin edge, but it cuts like it. Just a great, great edge on this guy. It's not all edges have to be super thin to be really slicey, or at least slicey in general, but this one is just fantastic. That's the Cold Steel AD10. It will be in the pocket, and it will be enjoyed for sure. So there we go. There's today's lineup. I think I'm gonna, you know what? I'll just set them all out here closed so I can keep my sponsors showing there. We're gonna put this guy this way so we can see the clip, because that's how you set a Chavez knife down, with that awesome clip showing. But there we go, guys. There's my lineup for the week. As always, let me know what's in your pocket. Let me know what you got going on this week. Hope everyone has a fantastic week and a killer Monday. And until the next one, I'm out.